Hi, my name is Jeanne Debons, and one of the things I do is botanical illustration, and I really love it. In the process of learning over the years, I've developed a thing called the tracing frame, which I'm going to show you. But before I do that, I want to show you a couple of the things that I paint. This is a potato that I painted a couple of years ago. I also work in potatoes. That's one of the reasons I concentrate on them. And here, probably more related to what I'm going to show you today, is a pile of potatoes of all different kinds. They're real potatoes, but these were painted using the method and the tracing frame I'm going to show you. This is the tracing frame, and it's available to purchase on my website, but you probably need to know how to use it. The first thing to do is to get your object, which can be anything, a flower, anything that will fit behind this frame, and prop it up at the level that you want to draw it. Let's see, you can use several different types of props. I think I'll use that. I like that angle. And you can think about how it looks underneath. And once you find a good angle that you like, make sure the object is as close as possible to the frame. Next thing you'll need is a water-soluble marker. I like to use Staedtler non-permanent Luma color for very detailed work, and Expo Vis-a-Vis for most other work. And this is washable with a paper towel and water, so it'll be ready for the next time. The way I start this is I close one eye and I look at my subject and I line up my head as I'm going to trace the whole thing. And I start in the center and I draw. And I just draw what I see. And if I get misaligned, I come back to the center. Then I start with the details, which in this case aren't many, but it's the outline of the apple, like so. Make sure I'm lined up and continue. For an apple, you see it's fairly straightforward, but you can imagine for a more detailed object, it would take a little bit more time. Let's see, I might put a few dots in here to indicate kind of the grain of the subject. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, that's the first step done. The next step is to take a piece of trace. Can you see that? Here's the image. We're really done with the tracing portion. What I do is I take the image and I take a bit of tracing paper, and I really recommend you use this type of tracing paper, which is Canson Foundation Series, and I tape that over the image like so I can see the image below, and I tape it so it stays in one place, just a little bit of tape. Now I use a pencil and I draw what I see. I don't just outline it without looking. I look at the object and I use what I've traced before as the guidelines. If I just trace it, then I only have a trace. But if I take the time to do a very accurate drawing, then I've used the trace to the best advantage and I don't have to measure. And that's my next step. I'll go slowly and I'll pay attention to what I see, and I start discovering more and more about my subject, and I trace and draw. And I can add things that I didn't see before, like I see a bit of a well, and this part of I improve and create the drawing as I go. And this part of the process can take actually quite a bit of time. But I'm going to go pretty fast here so you see what I mean. So with that, we're done. We've done the trace. So we've done the drawing. There's the original outline. And now you've got your drawing. With this drawing, you can transfer this to watercolor paper, any other medium, and then continue the process. And that's how you use the tracing frame. If you're interested and you want more information, either how to use or purchase the tracing frame, go to my website, www.jeannedebons.com. Thank you.